Hello everyone, we're here in front of the U.S. Capitol, U.S. Congress building on the Senate side to continue our weekly demonstration and give you some updates on the latest involving Uyghurs and the people of East Turkestan. As everyone is familiar, in December the U.S. House of Representatives passed the UIGHUR Act overwhelmingly, and it was sent to the Senate. However, the Senate, unfortunately, has not yet even scheduled for a vote due to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Thus, earlier today we were actually going through various Senate offices to call on them to apply some more pressure to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's office so that they can schedule the UIGHUR Act for a vote and get it passed. That way we can actually get the gears of the government turning to help solve this crisis that is happening in East Turkestan, to end this genocide. We also call that on everyone, especially our Uyghur and other Turkic peoples in the diaspora community in the United States, to continue calling on their members of Congress, especially their senators, and to urge them to pressure Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's office to schedule the UIGHUR Act for voting ASAP. Secondly, we ask that you call on your senators to urge the World Health Organization to send in health professionals and monitors into East Turkestan to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus, the tuberculosis, and other diseases. We also want to call on the international community, International Red Cross, International Red Crescent, the World Anti-Hunger campaigns, and all these other organized humanitarian organizations to immediately send in humanitarian aid into East Turkestan to prevent our people from starving. And now, why are we asking this? We'll get to that in just a little bit. As everybody is aware, over 3 million people in East Turkestan are in concentration camps and have been in concentration camps since really 2016. Many of these people are dying through, forced starvation, through torture, summary execution, and organ harvesting and other means inside the camps, along with diseases. Outside the camps, the situation is equally despair, as people are, and given the current coronavirus, are locked up in their homes and prevented from even stepping outside of their own apartment building or their neighborhood to even seek out, food or, coal or other resources that they need to survive, especially given that it's cold right now and that you need food and water to survive. However, with the coronavirus, China's government deliberately, when the coronavirus first erupted, they deliberately kept open the flights from Urumqi, or the flights from Wuhan to Urumqi, despite closing all flights to other cities, allowing, the coronavirus to spread into East Turkestan. They also brought, according to Radio Free Asia, some 99 coronavirus patients from Wuhan into the city of Atush and are holding them or quarantining them there, and other people as well, where in this area there's over 4 concentration camps, 3 concentration camps and a prison, and if they are quarantining them in the prisons or in the concentration camps, this is obviously going to spread to the Uyghurs and other inmates, and they're going to die from this disease if they're not going to die from hunger. The past 48 hours I've watched numerous videos, leaked videos, showing Uyghurs begging Chinese officials for mercy so that they can have some food, begging them for some food because their children are starving, their families are starving, and the Chinese government has the capacity to send in, food rations like they are in the rest of China, in eastern China, in other provinces where it's actually part of China, by giving them food rations, but they're deliberately preventing Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples in East Turkestan access to food. And by doing so, they're deliberately starving them and hoping that if they don't die from the virus, that they will die from starvation. We've already seen this happen amongst our population. We've already been through this during the Cultural Revolution. Millions of our people were starved to death by the Chinese Communist regime during the Cultural Revolution. At this point in 21st century, there is no excuse that starvation is because of poor planning or a famine or anything. No, it can be prevented, but the Chinese government is not seeking to prevent starvation. In fact, it's trying to promote and increase the starvation of our population so that we will die. Thus, we urgently call on, again, as we mentioned earlier, world organizations, humanitarian organizations, governments, to urgently send in humanitarian aid. We cannot no longer continue to wait silently and hope that the Chinese will show us mercy, or the Chinese will change their type of ruthless rule, or that they'll democratize over time. We don't have that time. Millions of our people have already been killed over the past 70 years of occupation, and our people are still dying as we speak in the concentration camps. They're dying as we speak of forced starvation. They're dying as we speak of, be it coronavirus, tuberculosis, and other diseases. Enough is enough. Thus, we again are begging the international community to help us, to stand up against these atrocities. This is the 21st century. We're not living in the 20th century. We're not living in the 19th century. Genocides can be prevented. In fact, in 1948, the UN Genocide Convention was created for a specific reason. For this reason, to make sure that something like this happens never again. Yet we are in the 21st century witnessing to another 21st century Holocaust, this time of Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples by the fascist so-called Communist Chinese Party and its forces. Again, we ask that you spread this information, that all people watching this, please spread this video, share it, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at ET Awakening, and to pressure anyone that you can, be it your local representatives in your home state, be it your local officials in your city, be it your senators, your congressmen, be it your local organizations, to pressure everyone and anyone you can and inform them about this brutal genocide that is happening under our watch in the 21st century. It is our moral responsibility as human beings, firstly, and our responsibility as Americans, as people living in the free world, to oppose this genocide. We cannot continue to remain silent, because if we remain silent today, tomorrow they will come for us. As in, they will come for you, the people living in the free world. If China continues to grow more and more powerful, and they continue to spread their totalitarian vision of governance and erode democracy across the world, you bet that if you are not facing this oppression today, your children will face that oppression tomorrow if we don't prevent this. That's why it's our duty as human beings, firstly, to stand up for East Turkestan and to stand with the Uyghurs and work together in preventing this genocide. Thank you.